Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweet the lead, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Working in two in the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweet the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, remember we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every girl, rubber rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweet, you say the lead. Sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead.
Yeah, what the is this?
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
Hey, what's good, everyone? It's your boy Elias, the Sith Lord himself, the Doctor of Style. And, y'all hit me up with some new nicknames throughout the episode. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Sweep the League on Twitter. And, like and subscribe to my channel, PTS _ TV 1995, so you could be a part of the show via the chat. So I hope y'all are ready. Yeah, you know what? I'm saying I hope y'all are ready, but I know y'all ain't ready because my boy over here has been blowing up my feed, blowing up my messages, telling me, he has all this smoke coming for San Antonio. He's like, he's been wanting to get on here for a minute. I've been wanting to have him. We had the boy Hollywood Nixon in the mix, and he kind of backed off, He played dummy when he was on Plead the Sith. The room got too hot for him. I don't expect that from my next guest, my fellow Susio. Y'all have heard of Spurs Jesus. Well, this is Spurs. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not going to call him Spurs Satan. He ain't like that. Shout out my boy Quan Wick, the one and only Quan. What's up, Brody?
What's up, bro?
Foam finger and all. Welcome to the room, brother.
I got the foam finger here for you, bro. I'm ready to go. Thanks for having me on the show, dude. It's finally time for the Plead the Sith podcast. I'm all about it, bro. Let's do it, dude.
Man, let's fucking do it, brody. Glad you were able to join me. First and foremost, I didn't get to get your reaction to your promo, man. What'd you think about the devil suit, bro?
hey, bro, the promo was live, dude. I mean, your editing skills, you take that one picture, bro, and you're ready to rock with it. I guess I have become kind of like the villain around here, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to make all y'all mad, except the fact that I did. But if I gotta be Spurs devil out here, bro, so be it. Just everybody remember, I love the Lord. We're all about it. So don't take it too crazy over here. But yeah, bro, let's go, man.
All right,
I'm here.
Let me get. Yo, so he's ready for all that smoke. Let me just get through some of these comments and we'll get the ball rolling.
Well, hold up, real quick. Let me just show you, bro. I got on my Spurs little jersey here. This from Leha. I think he thought it was his size because he sent me like a 3X. It's a little heavy for me, bro. So it's the best I could do. But I had to rock it out here. I got Quan on the back, so
that's clean. That's clean.
I had to shout for my Susio gang, bro. 304 gang out here.
Yo, shout out to Susio, shout out Chris Leha, shout out MCS General Contracting, sponsor of Plead the Sith and all things Sweep the League. If you want to get that concrete work done right, y'all go ahead and hit up MCS General Contracting. They'll get it going for you, brother. Don't trip. Shout out Mario Cavazos, welcome to the episode. Sam Salinas, good evening. Got my boy Harry, a couple beers tonight. Will the chat handle me? And fuck Leha. Yeah, fuck Leha. They have beef brewing behind the scenes, bro. Evening, Sam. Let's see. We got Leha saying, let's see what this dumb hoe has to say. Ho. Man, Quan, that word's gotten you quite some trouble, bro, over on X. We'll cover that.
Hey, bro. That's my word. Anybody that uses that word owes me 2 cents. All right. I got copyrights to that word, bro. I got banned from my first account for that word. So I don't want to hear nobody use that unless you're Venmoing me, all right?
This hello Sith heard your Leia's bitch. Yes, yeah, Harry, and you're mine, big ass hoe. That's 2 cents. That's 2 cents over to Quan's
Cha-ching.
piggy bank. There we go. No holds barred. That's what the main man Rudy Campos Jr. says. He's like, if you're gonna have Quan in here, make sure he shakes the bucket. So before we get to the
Bet.
Project Marvel talk and all that, Quan, I just want to hit me a bit with your origin story. How did Quan come to be?
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know the backstory, I was in the United States Navy for 8 years. Low
Salute.
key on the cool. That was one of the coolest things I ever did with my life. But when I got in, the particular job that I had, I had to have a secret clearance at the time. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and say I was anything other than just a dude in the military who had to have a secret clearance. And this is like 2010, where social media was like just coming online. And they told us all, like, before you go out here and you get all crazy on social media, you gotta have you kind of need to have like an alias, right? So that nobody is like tracking you down, nobody knows who's really for you. So I came up with this name one day. This is like 2008, 2009, 2010, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
Alfonso Del Quan. All right, Alfonso Del Quan. And it's weird. It's because like Alfonso is like a Spanish name origin, and Quan has like roots to like, I don't know, it was like Ethiopia, and it just
Yeah.
didn't make sense. And here's this white dude, right? Alfonso Del Quan. So I pissed off like 12 different races of people with this like pseudo name, right? But that just kind of became like my fake name while I was in the military. And then whenever I got out, I had built up like this following of people, in Spurs Twitter, that knew me as Alfonso Del Quan. And then from there, it kind of became ADQ, right? So there's some people that still know me as that. Well, as everybody, if you know about me, I call everybody and their mama a hoe, not
Yes,
because
sir.
not because I don't like you, but because that's what I grew up calling people, right? You's a hoe. Um, Ludicrous, bro. I mean, he was a big influence on me when I was in my teenage years, bro. So that's kind of where it came from. And then I called too many people hoes.
And you
A
got
bunch of people,
canceled.
a bunch of people reported me for hate speech, bro. You can go look at my timeline. I don't even really be cursing on my timeline, but they reported me for hate speech for calling people a hoe, and so I got banned for hate speech. And ironically, this I got banned whenever the Spurs were going through the Josh Primo situation. Um,
Oh shit.
yeah, so that's when it was, because I was out here telling everybody that the Spurs were doing a cover up. People didn't like that, and so I was like, "Well, you're being a hoe," and then they were like, "Well, that's hate speech," and so I got banned. And you know whose crew that was. We don't go down that rabbit hole, but I got banned from it. And then I got to shout out my homie. I got a good friend, Blake. As soon as I got banned, he was like, "Dude, we need you back online. We need you back on Twitter." And so he gave me like this pseudo account that I'm on right now, the final Quan. That's where I kind of became Quan Wick. I've kind of adopted this new Quan Wick persona over the last few years. I like John Wick or whatever. Those were cool movies. Then now I'm part of the Sucio Squad,
Hell
304
yeah, bro.
gang. And so I kind of found my new home. And hey, bro, real quick, just a little self plug here. I just hit 1,600 followers a couple weeks ago. That is the amount of follower count that I had whenever I got banned from my account. That was what, 12, 13 years old. So they try to keep me down, bro. They try to keep me down, dog. But here I am. I'm back on the grind. So that's the
Brody,
that's the
Brody, that
ADQ origin short story.
yo, and like I said, I told everyone, I said Quan, he's a Susio. He actually got invited by the OGs, the OGs being me, Leja Castro, Swiss, Bear.
Yeah.
We're like, man, we saw how much you were wilding out on the timeline. We got together and we're like, we need this motherfucker on our side, bro. No one
That's
instigates
cool.
better than Quan, even though, the fellas like to call me the instigator behind the scenes.
Instigator. That's right, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think I do it as aggressive, or not as aggressive, as nonchalant as you do, Quan. I'll be thinking you're having regular conversations with people, and by the end of it, they're calling you a PB&J pickle eating fuck and all this stuff, dog. So you
Yeah,
know,
bro. They go live with it, bro. I love it. I love it. I enjoyed the fact that I can say something really irrelevant that I don't care about, and I love that it bothers people as much as it does. Like I'm not necessarily just trying to be a troll, but if you're gonna like give me the troll layup, bro, I mean, I'm gonna take the layup. You know what I mean? Like,
You have to.
don't
You have
you
to.
don't walk into it. So I got too many people. I have there's a good 12 to 15 people that they hate follow me, bro, and it blesses me, bro. I feel like the Lord gave these people to me, bro, and He wants me to He wants me to give them headaches, bro. So if you're one of those people out there that I really get under your skin, just know, bro. Don't tell me. You give me all the power whenever you tell me, bro, because then I'm just gonna be live with it, dude.
No, for sure, bro. And it's more than they're more than welcome to join us over here on Plead the Sith. You know, if they want to come in, subscribe to the channel and cook you in the chat, by all means. I don't
Come on,
censor
bro.
it.
I'm
I,
ready.
I don't
I don't block
censor it.
people, bro.
Yeah, just like you don't block people, I don't censor anyone on this side. Like I said, Quan, you know, if you and I ever had a disagreement, I'm gonna tell it to you up, up front. And
Hmm.
that's the energy you come with. Um, you know, what seems to be getting you in a lot of trouble lately, well, not lately, just in general, has always been your Spurs takes, bro. People tend to
Yeah.
call you, a California fake.
Yeah.
You should be a fucking Laker like that boy
Hmm.
Nixon. Some
Uh-huh.
people think you're even worse than Nixon because you put your
Hmm.
face out there and you stand on business. But
Hmm.
where does your business actually stand on, bro? Do you call yourself a legitimate Spurs fan, or
Bro,
are
I
these
love.
people just too fucking soft and you're
No,
not?
they're soft.
Go ahead.
So people are mad at me because I joined the military and went and served my country, and then I got stationed in Southern California and married a Latina like I was supposed to, like a good white boy does.
Hell
And
yeah.
then I chose to post up out here and stay in Southern California and raise my family because whenever I got out of the military, my kids were already like in school. So people are gonna be mad at me because I stayed in California. I don't like California. Texas is my home. Look
Fuck
at how
yeah.
Texas turned their back on one of their good sons, bro. I can't get no love in the slum from my own crew back in Texas. Come on, bro. I'm part of the 361. I still got a 361 cell phone number, bro. Corpus Christi, bro. I'm from Aransas Pass, Aransas Trash, Texas, bro. I hate that place. I tell people all the time, if you ever get the chance to go to Aransas Pass, don't. There ain't nothing there, bro. Avoid it like the plague. Avoid it like they got COVID.
What do
Um,
you mean, bro? So you're telling me that beach over there isn't popping, Doug?
Oof, no. Listen to Charles Barkley talk about that Galveston Beach. That's what we got down in Corpus Christi. Unless you're going to fish, don't go down there. But anyways,
Oh,
because of
go
that,
ahead.
bro, I have a whole different perspective on this team. I love the Spurs no matter where they are, no matter how bad they are. I have sat right here in Laker territory, in Clippers territory, and I have stood on business. My whole office. I'm in LA County. I'm in like LA Hood right over here, bro. Everybody I work with, everybody I go to school with, everybody that my kids play basketball with, they all got Laker jerseys, they got Clipper jerseys. Homie, talk about Kawhi Leonard, bro. My kids are in his school district. They would go to the same school that Kawhi Leonard went to. So while everybody's out here like, oh, this dude ain't he's not a Spurs fan because he's in SoCal, bro. I'm like, I'm a bigger Spurs fan than all of y'all, bro, because I'm in the trenches on a day-to-day basis, bro, and I'm still slanging on here. My only connection is this Twitter to that, bro. I haven't missed a game since I got off deployment. Let me say that again, homie. I have not missed a game since I got off deployment in 2012. I don't, and I got a time difference too. I get off work, I come home, I watch the game after I put the kids to bed, after I'm posted up. This is my addiction, bro. That's it. This is all I do, bro. It's Spurs basketball all day. This is what I'm worried about. So I don't listen to people that tell me I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm a bigger Spurs fan than most of y'all, and I'm not
All
trying to
right.
hear that from nobody else.
Yeah, so I'll
Y'all
say
hoes if you say that.
yeah, so I mean, Quan's calling you hoes, but I'll finish off the set of the statement for him. What Quan's saying is that you are all bitches and y'all ain't on his level. Y'all,
That's right,
y'all,
bro. You're not on my level.
you trying to police Spurs fans, saying who's a fan, who's not, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not even from San
exactly.
Antonio, and I'm rocking around with this shit right here. So,
Look at that,
you
bro.
know,
How do
they
we?
can't,
How
they
do?
could sleep on me, Brody.
How do we call ourselves the Spurs family, which is absurd to begin with? This ain't your family. This ain't the Spurs are a basketball team. They're an entertainment entity. They're a business. They do not care about you. Let me say it again. The San Antonio Spurs do not care about you. They care about your dollars. That's what they care about. That's what it's a money making business, which is why they weren't making any money and they had to sell off almost 55% to Sixth Street investors and people in Austin. This is not a family. And if you think it's your family, then I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. I hope that you find off. I hope you have a good family one day to realize that a basketball team is not your family.
Go out there and touch some fucking grass, is what
Touch
Quan's
some
saying.
grass, bro. Ain't missed a game since I got off the plane. Bars. It is bars, bro. I wasn't even trying to rap, but here we go.
Shit, nah, bro. We're ready for that the Quan Wick mixtape. So yeah, Quan said he had a lot of shit to talk about in regards to Spurs, and not just Spurs, city of San Antonio overall.
Yeah.
Most of
Yeah.
y'all in the chat are from there. With me, Quan, talk all the shit you want. I ain't from there. I don't give a fuck. Like you
Yeah.
said, the Spurs, they're my favorite Spurs team, but that's all they are, a sports team.
It's just
But
a sports team.
so
Yeah.
what do
Look.
you think about these fucking weirdos on the web that they think they could label people fake fans, or they try to flex on you saying, "Oh, well, I've shown up to more events than you have," or this and that. Bro, none of that
Let
fucking
them.
matters.
Let them.
Exactly.
I know how much money I spend on this team. I got hats for days. I think I counted the other day. I'm sitting on something like 58 hats, like different Spurs hats that I got them. I got them in any color that you can find. I think I have every jersey that I could have bought from any player that was a starter in like the last, I don't know, 8, 10 years. Shoes in different color. Like this is what I do. This is what I spend with coffee mugs. Like, look, I got paraphernalia. Like I'm not here to police nobody's fandom. I don't care if you're one of those people that goes and wait for them off the plane. I don't care if you're somebody like me who is like, anytime the Spurs come to town, I'm canceling plans so that I can go to the gym. There's people in Toronto. I know good people in Toronto that Spurs in the six, right? They're in Toronto, Canada. You're gonna sit there and tell me that because they're in Toronto, they can't be a Spurs fan? I used to do a podcast with a homie from Casa de Spurs. His name was Trey. Trey got a job in Germany. Trey, all Trey cared about, he's from Seguin. All he cared about was the San Antonio Spurs. That was his thing. You tell me because he's in Germany, he can't be a fan no more. Like I don't buy that. And I think anybody saying that, you really need to get out of San Antonio and travel. You look simple. You look small-minded. You look little. You look like you are uncultured, and that's what makes me sad. We can argue about tacos all we want to, but I see Leia says right here, what does Quan think of Spurs, Cucks, and Simps? I don't think nothing of them. They're at the end of my nose, bro. I flick them like a boogie, putting in some
Fuck
joogie,
yeah.
bro. I'm not worried about that, bro. These hoes don't bother me because all I'm worried about is what this team's doing. And y'all can like me, y'all can love me, but I'm gonna get my takes off, bro. I'm gonna say my piece.
Fact of the matter is, Quan, these motherfuckers don't move beyond their URLs, bro.
No,
I had to let a couple of them know that social media is not real life. They don't give a
it's
fuck.
not, bro. It's not.
The same way you think you're not you, but them, the way they think their thoughts actually have a way to sway the Spurs in regards of,
Yeah,
oh, we're gonna sign this person because I've been tweeting at you nonstop, or
yeah.
Project Marvel's gonna get approved because I've been crying on the fucking web. Quan, I had someone tell me in regards to
Oh,
Project Marvel, my opinion doesn't fucking matter because I'm not from here, but I'm not the
your
one
opinion doesn't
getting
matter if you're in there.
exactly.
Your
But I
opinion
heard
doesn't matter if you're in there.
so word on the street though is that you had a lot to say about Project Marvel. Are you all
Oh
for
yeah,
it, all against it? What are your thoughts in regards to that
yeah.
shit show with the mayor, bro? Go ahead and have
So
it. The floor's all yours. Plead the Sith is now being ran by Quan Wick. So y'all
hey,
enjoy the show. Go ahead, Brody.
so let me just say this. I don't agree with anything that the mayor of San Antonio, what's her name, Gina Ortiz or whatever her name is. I don't agree with anything that she does on like the political spectrum. I'm not a real fan of her on the political side. However, the new mayor, clearly Project Marvel's it's had some runway, right? And so she's coming into the system and she's like, I know y'all have talked about this, but I need to see some stuff. Now, I was with her at first. I'm not with her now. I have since turned my back on stuff because I think she's childish. But she wanted an independent study. She wanted an independent study that was separate from the Spurs. Now, let me just say this before everybody goes and loses their mind. Independent studies that are secondary from the developer are good things in government, in governance. That's the right way to govern a city. If I want to come and build you a Taco Bell, I don't want to hear from Taco Bell how good this is going to be. Taco Bell, of course, is going to tell you, hey, bro,
They're gonna
we're the
they're gonna
greatest.
light a fire on their own ass. Yeah.
Exactly. They're gonna tell you we got the best tacos in the game, bro. But we all know the best tacos come from some little hole in the wall place where they can't speak English, and you don't know. Some abuelita woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and started making tortillas or something like that, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Those are the best tacos, not some Taco Bell stuff. But Taco Bell would gas you up. That's what the Spurs are doing, bro. The Spurs are gonna give you their best possible case scenario. And it's not all going to be in the red fine print. It's all going to be the stuff that comes out in the end. Now, here's my question to you, bro. This is what I don't understand. Why do the San Antonio Spurs deserve a third arena? Now, I had an argument with somebody today. The Alamo Dome was never meant for the Spurs. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. They were never going to get a football team. If they were going to get a football team, the best chance they had was after Hurricane Katrina, and they would have gotten the New Orleans Saints, which is probably about the time that Leha became a Saints fan. They weren't going to get, they were never going to get a football team because that's in Jerry Jones's backyard. So if they knew they weren't going to get a football team and they still built the Alamo Dome, wouldn't that be a misappropriation of funds? Whoa, that's a big red flag for the city of San Antonio, because we'll just go stick a rodeo inside of it. No, that's hogwash. So then what they do? Oh, well, the Alamo Dome's too big. We can't sell it out. It costs too much to turn the lights on and turn the air conditioning on. So we need a new stadium. Great, let's go get the or the SBC Center. I think that's what it was called at first. Then now it's the AT&T Center. Now it's the Frost Bank Center. Which, side note, that center is a dump. That place is awful, and so is the area around it, which was another huge promise. Another huge promise that the Spurs said, oh, we're going to help develop. We want to see the economic development grow. We want to see the community thrive. Where are we at 25 years later on that? Nothing. I just went down to that game in Thanksgiving. When I went and visited my people down in San Antonio, and I was like, "Look at this dump, bro!"
Man, shit changed around there, Brody. All they did was add a Taco Cabana in the vicinity. That was it.
Exactly, bro. The Valero down there is getting more business, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? This is embarrassing. So now we have two stadiums. You want a third stadium? Okay, great. A third stadium. So you're going to present this. Wait, why would I build a third stadium for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in how many years? Is this going to be year 8? They're now 11 years away from their last title. They haven't hit 50 wins in how long? We don't even know. We're excited about this team. This is the most excited I have been in probably the last decade. I'm still not very confident that this is a playoff team. I want it to be a playoff team. I would love to see the Spurs in the playoffs and have a chance to root for my squad, but nobody's for sure of that. Nobody knows that that's going to happen. And you want to come and tell the residents of San Antonio, trust us. We know we didn't get that football team, and we know we didn't really develop that AT&T Center area, but trust us on this one. We'll build the next one, and it's going to be great. Nah, to hell with that. Oh
no,
yeah,
well,
but they
don't you know that third time's the charm though?
Third
Quan?
time's the charm. Yeah, third time's the charm.
Fool me once, fool me on, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Yeah.
shame on me. Fool me 3 times, and just put the fucking bag over my head and write dumbass on it.
Exactly. And we got everybody going, well, the Spurs just made a huge commitment to the city of San Antonio when they built the medical center out there at the Rock, area out there. And I got family that live on that side of town. So I went and looked at it, and I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all have a Target and a movie theater and a Planet Fitness and a couple restaurants.
That gets broken into regularly.
On a regular basis. That's not somewhere I want to take my kids downtown at 9:00 at night on a Saturday. Come on, bro. What are we doing? All these hood rats and booger wolves out here dancing with a broken heel on. Come on, bro. I'm not trying to go down to the Rock like that. So instead of that, we pretend that medical facility is something important. Like it can't be turned around and sold to University of Texas at San Antonio with their new bum logo that they just threw out here in the last 2 days, bro. I'm sorry. You could turn around and sell that like that and be gone. Now,
facts.
The city of San Antonio, they're going to have to put this to a vote. And we already know that they don't have a good voting record. People in San Antonio do not turn out for votes. And they definitely, and this is across the country, this isn't even unique to the city of San Antonio. People don't vote for special measures. They don't. They don't even vote very well in general elections. But then on special measures, people don't vote like that. It's just, I'm not trying to be a hater. I know y'all don't like it because I'm not a San Antonio resident, but I'm just spitting facts at you here. So you're hoping that we're going to go out here and vote on this arena while you have the mayor who has gone off the rails, not on her side, but did have a general
nutcase, bro.
It's a whack job, bro. But she did have a pretty decent point that she wanted an independent study. And that decent point is going to carry. it's going to carry some momentum. Whether it's right or wrong, it's going to carry some momentum. Now, the other thing that everybody has to realize is I have argued with you people online for 3 to 5 years about how great San Antonio is and how Austin is. And we got people that want to turn this into a new Dallas Fort Worth, two major metropolitan areas, and we want to merge them in together. We want to go and blend Buda and Kyle and San Marcos and New Braunfels and all these stupid little cities that got, tractor shops. And we want to go and connect them all the way up I-35. Great. Let's do that and go put the stadium in Austin. And I got some facts for you, bro. I'm going to read you these facts right now. These are not my facts. These are not my opinion. These are my facts. This is from niche.com, which takes survey data across the country from K through 12 schools, colleges, graduate students, cost of living, income, crime, health and fitness, entertainment, rent housing, and beautification. San Antonio, the city of San Antonio, across 229 large cities across the country. San Antonio ranked 114th as the best city for young professionals. You know what Austin ranked? 19th. San Antonio is 114th. Austin is 19th. Public schools, San Antonio, 133. Ranked 133 out of 229 for the public school system. Austin, 64th. Best cities to live. San Antonio is ranked 118 out of 229. Austin is ranked 29th. Two more for you, and then I'll wrap it up. Best cities to raise a family. 117th out of 229. Austin is ranked 36th. Best cities to retire in. 113 out of 229. Austin was ranked the 99th. I'm sorry, but if my company is in Austin, like the 6th Street Investors, like Joe Jabibia of Airbnb, like Michael Dell, if my company's in Austin and I'm going to put all this money in here and I got the mayor running around acting a fool, where do you think I'm going to move my basketball team to?
Austin would make
Austin
would make a bit makes more sense, Brody.
Send them over to Austin. San Antonio also received a crime report of a C-, while Austin got a crime report of a C+. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all can talk about it's the 7th biggest city in the nation. It is by population. People don't move to San Antonio. They move from the surrounding cities. You got people that move from Corpus Christi to San Antonio, bro. Nobody's moving from Minnesota to San Antonio. Come on, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just looking at what's in front of me. I'm looking at the data. If y'all want to prove me wrong, then go vote. Go vote. Go vote. And go get your stadium. It makes no difference to me. I want the Spurs to move to Las Vegas. I'm gonna be a Spurs fan either way, bro. You got a lot of people in here, bro. Sith, you know this, dude. There's a lot of people that are like, if the Spurs leave San Antonio, I'm gonna quit being a fan. Bye. You weren't a fan to begin with.
Exactly. I don't think it should fucking matter where you end up at. If you're there for the team, you're there for the team, regardless of the moves, bro.
Harry Austin, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I call bullshit on those numbers. If you live in San Antonio, Austin sucks. You know Austin sucks. Guess what, bro? If you live outside San Antonio, Austin is better. I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
I think Harry's whole gripe is that they took Austin FC took they're more popular than SAFC. Sadly, I don't mean that with any disrespect to the fan cast, but I don't know.
Because nobody goes to the soccer games either, bro. You telling me Toyota Field sold out? Toyota Field ain't sold out. That's why Austin has the soccer team, and y'all got that bootleg minor league team.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I preaching? Sorry, am I preaching? Okay.
I mean, you're preaching. It's not Sunday, so shout out my boy Quan. He told me he was gonna come in with the data. A lot of people hop on the show, talk out of their ass, but he said, you know what, bro? I'm gonna post up in front of my computer. I'm gonna hit them with some data, and they take it how they want to take it. Because at the end of the day, you're not changing his fucking mind. We got Rudy in here saying I can vouch for the crime in San Antonio. It's a big reason why I moved out of the city. Actually, Quan, I'm with you there. So my wife and I we're talking about where we want to move within the next 5 years. A lot of the boys tell me come down to San Antonio, but it's just crazy. You hop on any news channel at 10 p.m. Someone's either getting broken into or murdered. Fuck that, bro. I want to keep my kid safe. We're in a small town.
Why
But
why does
also,
San Antonio want to be like LA, bro? Stop. LA is a dump. Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't do that.
says I'm
Don't.
not from San Antonio. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
SSNE had more to do with Spurs losing out on MLS than Precourt did. Adam, shout out coach. He's all for Spurs Austin. Well, he's all
Yeah.
for the merger. He's not all for the Spurs moving that way. But he himself has also dropped some stats saying how much the sponsors and the people donating to San Antonio's
Hmm.
majority of them come from Austin, if I'm not mistaken.
What billionaire wants to live in San Antonio?
Should you tell me, bro?
Why,
Let's see.
why do I want to live in San Antonio? I don't want to. If I had $1 billion, I'm not going to San Antonio.
David Atwater says Austin is the LA of Texas. Well, David, like Quan's saying, you guys are in the inside of the city, so of course you're not going to judge the spot you're living in. But take off those goggles, take a view from the outside, and see,
Yeah.
is it really worth staying in? For me, it doesn't really matter what the Spurs end up. I'm a Spurs fan through and through.
Thank you. That's because you're a real fan, bro.
Because I'm a real fan, even though these past 4 or 5 months I've been being told that I'm not a good fan or I'm not a real fan. But it is what it is. People think of themselves as badasses doesn't mean it's true either, right? It
Yeah.
says the data is the same that wrote the Texas history books, one-sided. It seems like you got everyone riled up in here, Quan.
Good.
You want to
Good.
give anyone
I
any
hope y'all are.
pushback?
I hope y'all go prove me wrong. I better see Mario Cavazos going and voting.
So Adam says, "Ho up, we got Harry rebutting with Austin has a team because Precourt brought the crew with the Austin clause where he could move the crew there had nothing to do with San Antonio because SSE had the rights to SA." All right, he was pushing back on me mentioning Austin FC. But yeah, Quan. So what caused your switch up with Mayor Ortiz, or with Mayor Jones? Because you seem like
Well,
your biggest fan for at least 2 days, and then
yeah.
you're like, she's a fucking nut. Go
So
ahead.
until I found out that they actually had a study done from the same group in Philadelphia. Now people want to compare like the San Antonio situation to the Philadelphia situation. It's really not like that. Philadelphia is a completely different market. They have competing interests, right? Because they have other football. They got a football team, they got a baseball team, all that kind of stuff. So it's really not the same. But I did appreciate that there was a call to get that same study. When I found out that actually the Spurs got the same study from that same company, I'm like, okay, this lady's retarded. She doesn't even know that that's part of the same thing. She would need a different independent study. And then it became very obvious that she's just dragging her feet. She's being difficult just to be difficult. And I think she's being difficult because she's got some people in her ear that are trying to I think the Spurs are strong arming her. I think this, and they should. Like, if I'm the Spurs, I would be trying to use my leverage against the city. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna lose your only sports team? Like, come on, bro, give us what we want. But I think she knows that, and I think she's like fighting back. But I think she's fighting back a little bit like sillily. Like this is one of those times where you should just take the L and back the project. I've seen the
Exactly.
project. I do think the governance component of this does need an independent study, but that independent study should have gone way back sooner. Like the city looks silly because they really didn't do this the right way.
Yeah.
I would also like to clarify that mayor won her election by 12,000 votes. That's 12,000 votes, bro. That is nothing. That is very close. And if she had a loss to the other guy who was a fiscal conservative, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Like he would have looked at the books of San Antonio and he'd been like, y'all ain't building no arena. Hell no, we ain't got enough money for that. So this situation could be way worse if they had the other guy. But she looks ridiculous. She looks like she's what kind of fool goes out here and complains at a press conference? Like, how are you as a mayor, you interrupting press conferences. Like that's
Especially a press conference. It wasn't her. She got that mic, bro, like she was fucking Kanye in the VMAs, and
exactly,
First
bro.
Jesus was fucking Taylor Swift, you know?
Oh, Quan is wrong on that. Stick to basketball because your soccer knowledge is shit. Okay, I was a two-sport college athlete. I played right back in college. But yeah, go ahead, Harry. We see you with that bootleg little logo over there of your second tier MLS team over here. But I got you, bro.
Man, you don't want the SAFC boys going against you, Quan. That might be a battle you can't come out of.
Yeah,
We got Wade World in here saying
all
the Spurs
32 of
are a
them.
bunch of soft ass vaginas. Come on, Quan. 32.
All
Hey,
32
Matt.
of those people that go to Toyota Field. Cool. Yeah, I'll be worried about them.
Yo, Matt, Sam, Harry, I'm gonna need y'all back in here so I could cook Quan's ass. I'm gonna let y'all get your get back. Coach Adam says you are too high. Quan, are you too high because you've been, smoking on something, or you're just too high because the facts got you riled up? You know.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm on the 304 side, bro. I'm about a vibe right now.
It says
I'm happy. I'm happy y'all are mad at me.
It says equating quality to quality. Quantity to
Her
quality, we
message
just
is
asked arguments to say that Philly's hundreds of pages to our 20 whatever meant a better study.
I didn't say a better study. I didn't say a better study. I said the same company. I said the same company. Like y'all got to listen to what I'm saying. Don't get mad at what you think I'm saying. Pay attention to what I'm actually saying. We do this on my Twitter account all the time. But everybody gets upset because they think that I said something just because I posed a question, and I appreciate that. It was the same company. I didn't say that it was the same study. Bro, that's the problem with this is people aren't really following along with what's actually happening in this landscape. And I think the mayor had a chance. I think she had a chance. And then her homeboy went on Twitter the last few days, her other little council member. What's he doing that's been going on and making fun of people and calling them ugly on social media? Like, I'm glad somebody told him, like, stop tweeting, bro. You're looking silly. The mayor keeps going and interrupting press conferences with old people and like, come on, bro. Like they're doing themselves no favors right now. And I just want to reiterate to you, bro, I do not have a dog in this fight. I don't get to vote in this election. It makes no difference to me. I would prefer that the San Antonio Spurs move to Las Vegas. I think that would be the best thing for the Spurs organization. It would be horrible for fans because I'm a Las Vegas Raider fan. And I can tell you, Las Vegas Raider fans, that is a location where every time somebody goes to Las Vegas, they go see the other team play. You go watch the Las Vegas Raiders when they play the Green Bay Packers, it's all green. But you know what Las Vegas does? They make crazy money off of that. So you want to be profitable, you want to go get the best money, move the team to Las Vegas. You want to expand your market, you want to go out and branch out and really build out this thing, move the team to Austin where the team can thrive, keep your current fan base, and then start pulling in people from that Houston and that Dallas fan base because now, hey, that's only like a 2-hour drive. And the Maverick, Nico Harrison just gave away their superstar. You don't think that there's Mavericks fans that are ready to bail on this franchise? It's a 3-hour drive from Dallas to Austin. I just made that trip in November of last year. Go tap into that market, bro. But no, we want to say that this is our team. We can't do that. It belongs to the city of San Antonio, even though it originated in Dallas. The Dallas Chaparrals, that's your San Antonio Spurs. People don't know that. It wasn't founded here. It was an ABA basketball team. Sick of these clowns, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, bro. No, go ahead. I invited on here to cook. If people are telling you if you don't get to vote, then shut the fuck up. You know?
No, Matt. I don't have to, bro. I don't have to. That's the beauty of this. I get to say whatever I want. You can't do nothing about it. It's my Twitter account.
Is this the monkey's twin? I'm not sure what monkey they're referring to. You almost spit out your drink. Maybe you know something I don't know, Quan. But
I know what that is, and no, it's not.
It says the Holtz won't leave to Vegas. The only way to leave is if they sell the team, and the Holtz won't do it. Man, so I was with
They've
you.
already sold how much of it?
Possibly moving to Austin, but you brought Las Vegas into the mix, Quan. I think that's
they won't move to Vegas.
Yeah,
they won't move it. They won't move to Vegas. I would like for them to. It would, if it was all about money, I would love to see them do it, but they won't do that. I don't think they'll do that.
He said, "Nombre este vato Vegas, vete la verga, bro." You got the crowd turning on you, Quan. Yeah, and I know. I know. Not only, I mean, okay, so that's enough with Project Marvel. You said, it's probably benefit the Spurs to dip or whatever. But what do you feel about the people saying, well, the Spurs, they're trying to build a new stadium and reward Wembanyama, next generational talent. that he decided, well, he didn't decide, right? The draft just played out in our favor.
Uh-huh.
We happen to have the next
Yeah.
generational player of
When
all time. But
when Adam Silver rigged it for us. Yeah.
so you had to take on that because I told you personally, I don't think the dude is generational. Or he's not generational yet. That's a
Mm,
title you give
mm.
to someone at the end of their career. But you also have these fucking weirdos saying that the Spurs wouldn't blow it up because
Yeah.
they wouldn't risk Victor Wembanyama leaving, and we have others saying that Victor is going to be a one man team player. What are your thoughts
hmm
on that? Do you think Victor Wembanyama will
When
dip on
when
them
does
if you don't get the ball
when
going?
when does that get to start? I mean, he's been in our locker room for 2 years and hasn't finished the season. He won Rookie of the Year. That's cool. So did Steph Castle. I mean, like that. Are they the same caliber? No, of course not. But has anybody ever ridden off the more inertia from a potential than Victor Wembanyama right now? Now I'm all about Wemby, best prospect of all time. I've been around the game of basketball. I'm 39 years old, bro. I played college basketball. I coach. I played in high school. My dad's been a coach. I know this game. I'm not an expert, but I'm also not an idiot with this game. He's the best, but he is the best talent that I've ever seen with my own two eyes. And seeing him in person is like your mind doesn't equate. But it's all potential until it happens. Let me say that again. It's all potential until it happens. And potential means nothing. I tweeted this. This is my pinned tweet. Everybody can go back and look at my profile. I tweeted this on March 31st, 2023. The Spurs are not ready to land Victor Wembanyama. I don't think they're prepared to do what's necessary to build a team fitting for that level of talent. They'll have a mess on their hands if they get him. And what have we given Victor Wembanyama to work with? De'Aaron Fox couldn't wait to get out of Sacramento, has a wife who's from the San Antonio, South Texas area, and wanted to be home. Coincidentally, he would get to play in a tax-free state, and he would get to play with the best prospect of all time. So he sabotages his value, and Brian Wright got him for peanuts. He got him for the ghost of Zach Collins and a couple, nuts and bolts from the back of the washing machine. That fell into his lap, bro. That fell into his lap that he got that. What else have we surrounded him with? We gave him Cornball Cornette this year. Yeah, because last year we had Zach Collins backing him up, Charles Bassey, who wasn't even on a guaranteed contract, and Bismack Biyombo, who was on the couch for most of the season. That's who we had in the locker room to play alongside him. He's been surrounded by other potential prospects and possibilities. Nobody that's a proven player. For 2 years, we haven't given this guy a proven player. And then to make matters even worse, we just went and gave him a first-time head coach. Oh, sorry, he was the interim last year who didn't win. And we said, yep, we're gonna take the best prospect in the history of the game, and we're gonna give him that roster. Now I'm excited about Dylan Harper. I am excited about Steph Castle. I am excited about Devin Vassell. All right. I'm excited about De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to have a career year this year
I
because
agree.
he's played with Wemby. I also think it's going to be the third year of Wemby's short career so far that he's going to still struggle to ascend to the place we need him to ascend to. Hollywood brought this point up whenever you had him on the show about he doesn't have the timeline that everybody else does. Now I got more stats for you, and I know you guys don't like my stats. Everybody was fussing about my stats, but I'm going to give you more stats. I put a poll out the other day. This was actually in July. Do Spurs fans really want Wemby to be better than Tim Duncan at the end of his career? 282 people voted. 87% of them said yes. Cool. I like that. Well, let me tell you what Wemby has to do this year. Tim Duncan never missed the playoffs. Wemby has missed twice in only 2 seasons.
Facts.
Duncan made 15 All-Star teams in 19 seasons. All right. Wemby has won in 2 seasons. Duncan had 15 All-NBAs. Wow. 15 All-NBA teams. Wemby has none so far in his first 2 seasons. Duncan had 15 all-defensive teams. You can blame it on injuries all you want to. Wemby has none so far. You're praying Spurs fans are praying that Victor Wembanyama will also play 19 seasons, which at 7'5", he is unlikely to do, bro. If the Spurs, okay, Duncan finished with 26,000 points, 15,000 rebounds, 3,000 blocks in 19 seasons. Wemby in 2 seasons has 2,600 points, 1,200 rebounds, and 430 blocks in roughly 2 seasons. So here's where Wemby has to finish in his next 17 seasons to get remotely close to Duncan, let alone from all the accolades, the All-Star appearances, the All-NBAs, the MVPs, the Finals MVPs, all that. When the last time that Tim Duncan averaged 20 points a game was in the year 2006 to 2007 when he played 80 games and he retired in 2016. Wemby needs to score 1,352 points per season for 17 seasons. That means he needs to average 16.5 points per game for 17 seasons. He's got to start that now. For if he only plays for 10 years, which is likely with his feet size, with his body type, he's probably only going to play for 10 years. That means he's got to score 2,350 points a game, or excuse me, a season, and 28.9 points per game. That's the type of thing that he has to now escalate to because they gave him nothing to work with for the first 2 years. You want to talk about rebounds? Great. Wemby has to rebound 10 rebounds a game for the next 17 years.
Good luck.
He didn't do that last year. Yeah, come on,
bro.
Can't
get that motherfucker within the perimeter, Quan. He even looks at a big and he gets hurt, bro. He gets bounced around more than a $2 hooker.
And so do you think, let me ask you this, bro. Do you think Wemby's going to play for 17 more seasons? I don't.
Honestly, no, and that's been one of my biggest things. I got on Locked On Spurs, and the fans kind of turned on me when I told them I see Victor Wembanyama having a decent career, not a generational talent level type of career due to injuries. I mean, hell, you've seen 2 out of the 3 years he's gone down with some sort of bullshit. His body's just not made for this type of.
It's not built for 82 games.
It's not built for 82 games. It's not built for this type of longevity. Look what happened to Yao Ming. Look what happened to fucking even Shaq, bro. That said, Shaq had some muscle on him. You know, this just isn't the ideal body type for the NBA.
No.
And
so Midtown Texas just said Wemby has 12 to 13 seasons, bro. Okay, so let's say 12 to 13 seasons. 2 of them are done. That means he's got 10 years left. You think he's going to win 5 titles in 10 years?
No, bro. He'll never be a Tim Duncan. I don't think we'll ever see a Tim Duncan ever again. It's just you're from LA, so I'll give that comparison. Just like people.
No, I'm from South Texas. I just live in LA.
I know. I was trying to catch you slipping, doggy. But so just like people like to make the comparison between Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan. Kobe Bryant always had a cast of characters behind him. Shaq damn well led him for a couple of seasons. There will never be another, Tim Duncan.
No.
And Wembanyama isn't it? I'm sorry. I love the kid. He's my favorite player at the moment. But when he has a cast of the likes of Keldon Johnson still on the team, or your fucking favorite player, Devin Vassell, which I don't understand why you keep pushing for him to stay in the lineup. I need to get to that. Quan, why the fuck does he need to start?
Can he have well, first off, who are you going to start over him?
Castle.
You're crazy. Castle can't do what he can do. I'd start them next to each other. There's not a knock on Castle, but he can't do what he can do. Devin Vassell right now, well, De'Aaron Fox is there, so I don't believe that. And also I would say Harper's there. But for the last 3 years, Devin Vassell has been the only person that can create his own shot. And that like Wemby can shoot over people, but he's the only person that can create his own shot. He has only played for a losing organization, and he has never played under any urgency. And when I say urgency, I mean this, bro. You're out in the court, you go bump your knee with somebody. Yeah, your knee hurts, right? But this is your job. Get out there and play. But if we're going to lose anyways with you on the court or without you on the court, go take your little knee bump and go burn that off for 6 to 8 games. Like he's had a foot injury. Like these injuries that he's had, bro, like they're all like minor injuries. It's not like he blew out his Achilles. It's not like he blew out anything like, he doesn't mess up his back like Michael Porter Jr. They're like They're like cleanup injuries. I've had 3 surgeries on my ankle. Like I understand there's severe major surgeries and then there's like cleanup injuries where we just kind of fix stuff. He's the only player that can do that. He is definitely on the clock. I think I made a statement a few months ago that said I am not buying any more Devin Vassell stock, but I'm also not selling it. I'm holding right now. This is like now we've given Devin Vassell, we talk about Wemby, we've given Devin Vassell an opportunity here to say, I'm giving you a proper point guard, De'Aaron Fox, not a rookie, not an old man like Chris Paul. I'm not giving you Jeremy Sohan playing out of position. I'm giving you a point guard who can break down defenses, who can shoot in the mid range. He can get to the rim. He can distribute the basketball. And I'm giving you arguably the greatest gravitational pull in basketball history in Victor Wembanyama. The court's going to be more space for Devin, and his role is going to be so much different. I think Devin Vassell can be a 3rd option. He's probably a 4th option. That's probably the best spot for him. But if everything goes right, he could be a 3rd option. He's had to
bro,
play as like the 2 or the 1 option.
You're sounding like these fucking Wembanyama fanatics, bro. You're hyping up Devin Vassell way the fuck more than what he is.
No, I'm being realistic about this.
You're being
bro.
realistic,
Come
bro.
on.
He was leading the Spurs before Victor Wembanyama came to be. They offered him a new
Which
contract.
he should have been.
Has he lived up to his current contract? Yes or no, Quan? Just give me that.
Yeah, of course, because of what the CBA is going to be. That's not fair to say that. That contract, you have to be looking at that in the same vein as the CBA. The CBA is going to go up. They just signed this new massive TV deal, bro. And they're probably not going to go to expansion after all. We've been talking about expansion under this new TV deal for like the last 5 years. And the truth is these 30 owners are all greedy. They don't want to cut into their revenue share, which means Seattle and Las Vegas is probably not going to get a team, which means the salary cap is going to go off. It's gonna go up. Now it's capped at 10% per year that it can escalate. Yes, Devin Vassell's contract this year is gonna be wild because you're gonna watch him play for $30 million a year. But in 4 years, that salary is gonna be peanuts. You're gonna see guys like Jordan Poole getting $50 million a year. Now that's a hypothetical. Don't everybody go quote me and say that. But Devin Vassell's contract is not going to be as bad as it is as the cap continues to ascend.
Okay, but what have you seen him do on the court then? Sorry, disregard the contract, I guess. But you said he's known for making open shots or that he's able to make his own shots. What fucking games have you been watching that he's able to make tough shots,
bro? He hit before Wemby was there. He was the only guy they had, bro. You're not giving Calvin Johnson that ball. That was 2 years ago.
What was the record when Wemby was
injured?
What was the record when Wemby was there?
But his record was never good. He was never on a good team.
What was the record when Wemby got hurt and Vassell, like you're saying, took over?
I got to go look up what game it was. It wasn't good. At no point
out of an 80-something game season. Come on.
That's not what I'm saying, bro.
Now you're losing.
That's not what I'm saying. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because you're not listening to what I'm saying, bro. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening. I got the volume up. Let's hear it.
He had to play as a number 1 option when he is at best, if everything goes right, he is at best a 3rd option. But things are never going to go that perfectly for him. He belongs as the 4th option on a team. That's where he should be. And he was forced to go in there and play the number 1 option with a bunch of scrubs that gave him no spacing. Now, I don't blame him. He hasn't performed to where he's supposed to be. He was the 11th pick. Tyrese Halliburton, was the 12th pick. Tyrese Halliburton was just in the NBA Finals, bro. So I'm not sitting here making excuses. They should have taken Halliburton, right? But just the same way that everybody wants to say they should have taken Halliburton. Well, if they took Halliburton, they probably weren't getting Wemby. So they took Devin Vassell. I think he fits the mold. He was also billed as much more of a scorer and 3-and-D type guy. And now he's been asked to play out of position. He's been asked to play out of his role. He's never been in meaningful basketball games. It's a shame and a travesty that none of these dudes have ever played postseason basketball. So they're all like behind the curve on this. But I think that's what he's worth. And I'm willing to pay in 2028, I am willing to pay $30 million for my 4th option. I think that's reasonable.
No, okay. I mean, by then, like you just spoke on, right? Like the contract increases, everything's gonna level out. $30 million a year at that point won't be that bad. But all right, let's move on from Devin Vassell.
Okay.
All right, just because you're gonna get me heated, I'm gonna kick you off the fucking pod. No, I'm kidding, Brody. I know you and I could both agree that there's another Spurs player that's overly loved by the fans, and I can't say overly
Oh,
loved. He's been named the next what the fuck's his name? Rodman. You know who I'm talking about. How do you feel about our boy Jeremy Sohan? You know, I
about
heard
snow
you were
cone?
I heard you were a Sochanian, bro. Go ahead and give me your takes on
Oh,
Jeremy Sohan.
I don't know what cross-eyed booger wolf told you that I was a Sochanian. That's silly. I have a, I do have a unique respect for him, and he is another player. Like Jeremy Sohan needs to be left alone and just go out on the court and make something happen. Don't run a play for him. Like he's a junk man. Like he needs to be on the glass. He needs to be playing defense. Like let him be in the dunker spot. Like let him get tip and rebounds, that type of stuff. I want him to play a little bit like Rodman. He's got a little fruitcake in him like Rodman. Like but everybody needs to stop trying to turn him into a point guard or stop trying to turn him into a shooter. He doesn't need to do any of that. He doesn't need to do any of that. He needs to be Jeremy Sohan. Go out there and do that. With Wemby, I would play Jeremy Sohan at the 5 because Wemby's like a 7'5" small forward. He wants to be on the
Yeah.
wing. So okay, fine, great. I got the perfect compliment for you. You're gonna be 7'5" and you're gonna be out there on the wing and pull the big man out because the big man has to go out and guard Wemby. Great. I'm putting Jeremy Sohan in the dunker spot. Cool, that problem solved. You're gonna play a center on offense. And on defense, you're going to play a power forward position. Now, positionless basketball, everybody don't need to quote me on that. I'm understanding. I'm just talking like in round figures here. Like he can fit next to Wemby because Wemby is such a unicorn. Wemby's such a unicorn, but we forget that like Sohan only has to be Joe Garcia Sohan can go. His replacement is Carter Bryant. That's disrespectful to Carter Bryant, the pride of the Inland Empire out here in 951. I don't appreciate that, Joe Garcia. Carter Bryant's going to replace Keldon Johnson, but y'all don't want to hear that. Jeremy Sohan is you need to let him just be. He just needs to exist out on the court. No plays for him. Let him run around there and just be difficult for everybody. So am I a Jeremy Sohan? Am I Jeremy Sohanian? No, I'm not. But he also doesn't bother me the way that he bothers people. Like we need to get rid of this dude.
Yeah, which seems to be like half the comments here, Brody. Like I said, I never had a problem with Jeremy Sohan. What I have a problem with are the Sochanians that try to put him as, the team's MVP. They try to put him over De'Aaron Fox, try to put him over Victor Wembanyama himself. People are
Well,
just
those people are doing
delusional.
They're doing drugs from Mexico, so I don't.
Hey, got to give a quick shout out to my boy Joe Garcia, co-host of Area 210 podcast over at the
What's up,
Alamo City
Joe?
Podcast Network. I believe you referred to them as Area 210 at one point, Quan,
The 2-1 hoes, bro.
because they were a little bit on your ass over your Spurs takes, but everything's welcome over here. Joe, welcome to the room. Joe is one of the biggest Sohan haters, and I'm all for it, bro. It's entertaining.
It's because our expectations are wrong of this guy, and we do that to all of these young players, bro. We want them to come in and just be like this certain cookie cutter player right away, and we don't actually take a look at what they're capable of.
It's like everyone wants Jeremy Sohan to be a shooter, and when I tell everyone, what's so wrong with the way he's already playing now? Lockdown defender and rebounder. Someone needs to be down there getting the rebounds because fucking Victor Wembanyama isn't the one doing it, and that's not necessarily bad, Quan, especially when we're talking about positionless basketball.
Yep.
Okay, so
Why can't it be Draymond?
Yeah, Victor wants to play outside of the perimeter. All right, cool. Well, then have Jeremy Sohan get the rebounds and just chuck that bitch out and let Wemby shoot like crazy for all he wants. Then then you have the likes of De'Aaron Fox, actually a legitimate point guard that isn't old and washed. Sorry, Chris Paul. Chris Paul's role last year was more of a assessor of developmental coach for our point guards more than he was an all-star point guard for our team, bro. I think he probably did better off the court than what he did in the court. And I've mentioned that
He was
before.
great for the locker room.
Yeah, he was great for the locker room, but I mean, so is a nice cold glass of Gatorade, Quan. It doesn't really do much when it comes to the record. We have high expectations. It says Sohan was the 9th pick. Yeah, David, but he was chosen for his defensive work, bro. I don't know where you guys got it that he's going to be the next.
Why do you have high
Michael
expectations
Jordan.
for a 9th pick? He's the 9th pick in a bad draft class. Like, Uh, I don't know. David, don't put high expectations on him like that.
Expectations wrong. What the fuck, Quan? There was no fucking expectations of Sohan. He was a waste of a pick. He's a waste of a roster spot. He has no business being on the
Do you
squad.
do you
Well,
see what
if
Sam
you go,
says contradicting himself? There were
no,
no
no,
expectations. He was a waste of a pick.
I'm telling you, man, they're eating each other up live here. So it looks like Sam and David need to go out for some drinks and talk the shit out
Yeah,
because David thinks Sohan should have been more as a ninth pick. Sam says he shouldn't have been picked up.
crazy.
Mario says Jeremy has a nice game, loving them hoes. Yeah, bro. At the end of it, he has a bad bitch and he has a cool personality. So,
And he don't give a he don't care about y'all at all.
and that's worth paying him 23 million a year, right? Joe said
That's
nothing wrong
right.
with being a role player, but that's not worth 23 mil. Hey, Quan, I know you saw our boy Steph Castle shooting up them threes. That stroke's
Huh?
looking up nice. But
Pause.
but the comments. He's
Yeah.
empty gym shooting. He's empty. What the
Yeah.
fuck do they even mean by that? What's your take on these fucking couch potatoes judging NBA players saying, "Oh, they're in an empty gym," or
Well, yeah.
they're not shooting against pads? Like, I don't get it. You want them to practice, and then they put it out on social media. You're like, well, what the fuck? It's an empty gym. Why are you guys
Yeah,
practicing?
I think we blame Ben Simmons for that, bro. I mean, Ben Simmons, we had so many like off-season videos, and then you would go watch them, and you were like, "What?" So, like, I I always look at those, and I'm like, I'm not impressed because you went and made a video, and I don't resent you for making the video, but that is your job. Like, you should be in the gym. Now,
Exactly.
do you need to like post it to like remind people that you're in the gym? Like, I got kids on my team. I coach eighth graders. They're going to be in eighth grade this year. I had them in seventh grade last year. And I follow a few of them on social media. And they'll go to the gym and they'll go post a picture that they were in the gym. And they'll put it like, it'll be like a Friday night, like 10:47. And it'll be like them without their shoes on. And you know, their little shoes are right here off to the side. It's like putting in late night work. And then we get to practice and nobody can hit a free throw. Like nobody can hit a jumper. And I'm like, well, what are you practicing? Like, or did you just post on social media so that people would think that you're there? Like, I would prefer if you didn't post, like, we don't never see nothing from Wemby. Wemby don't ever post anything about him training. I like that. That's one of the things I do like about him. So, I mean, I kind of look at it like, I hope you come back shooting. That's your job. Like, I hope you come back with a jumper. That's your job. But it doesn't mean anything to me that you were in an open gym without real life game scenarios, without a real defense, and you were hitting jumpers. I think I saw Steph Castle today. He had to have like 500 makes from three, and he had to do push-ups if he missed two in a row. Like, I'm not impressed by that. Like, that's what you should be doing. Why did you need to go? Why did you need to go brag about it? Like, you better come out here shooting 38% from the 3-point line this year. That's all I got to say. I don't care how you get there.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's not going to reflect to what we see on the court, then it's not really worth watching or putting out there, in my
No,
opinion. You put me in an
no.
empty court, I could knock down some threes. Doesn't mean I'm
Yeah,
NBA ready. But Quan, it
I'll
seems like
get you the right cut. I'll get you the
so
right edit.
Quan, it looks like we've been pushing for about an hour, Bodie. So we're gonna start putting this,
Yeah,
closing out. But I did name this the Quan Wick Chronicles because I'd like to have you back for a part 2, maybe a part 3 in the near future.
yeah.
We'll see how this voting and all this shit plays out, Brody. Um, it says all empty gym videos need to be unedited because there are more misses than makes. That's what we're saying, Rudy. It's the social media game's all about faking it for the like and views. It's worth more than what's actually put out on the court. But anyway, Quan, we're gonna start closing out. Thanks for joining us here. Is you want to plug in your socials, or is there any way?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I just want to give one more shout out to the Susio gang over here, the 304 gang, bro. I appreciate you guys. I do be loving that group chat, bro. It gets live in there. I want to thank again, I got to thank Blake, my guy out here, for helping putting me on. I can't stand him, but I appreciate you, El Sucio Chingon, Leia. You're all right, bro. And I would just want to show some love real quick to the homie Swiss, the Sucio. My boy went through it this week, going through some personal stuff. I just wanted to know that we're all thinking about him, bro. It's all love where we're at. And then there's one more person I gotta thank real fast, bro. If you'll just indulge me for a quick second. Let me see if I can
Go
get
ahead.
this right. Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off and for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. And I want to thank me for doing it more right than wrong. And thank you to me for being me at all times.
Give me a hell yeah.
Well, there you go, fellas. That was the boy Quan. That was the perfect send off. If there's not anyone else to thank, I guess I should go ahead and thank myself. Shout out my producer, the big man over here at Sweep the League, Rudy Campos Jr. Shout out my boys Jacob, Gio, Derek, Anthony, everyone over here at Sweep the League. Go ahead and follow me on all social media. Follow me on X at Sith_X_Elias. Follow, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, PTS_TV 1995. And Quan, thanks for joining us, Brody.
Thanks, bro.
This has been a good one, bro. Catch you on the flip
man.
side.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.